Welcome to World News by Denis Halandzovskyi. If you value calm, clear, and fact-based reporting on major global developments, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Today's report covers a dramatic and unsettling event in Russia's capital, the killing of a Russian general in Moscow, an incident unprecedented in recent years that has raised urgent questions about internal stability, military rivalries, and the broader context of the war in Ukraine. In the heart of Moscow, on a day that began like any other, shots rang out near a government or military facility, and a senior Russian general was fatally wounded. Official announcements confirmed his death, describing it as an act that authorities are treating under criminal and security protocols. Details remain sparse, but the gravity of the event has been acknowledged by state media and Kremlin spokespeople. Russian officials were quick to condemn the incident, framing it as an act of violence that must and will be fully investigated. Security forces were dispatched to secure the area, conduct forensic analysis, and gather evidence, while state television quickly shifted its programming to cover the news. Within hours, President Vladimir Putin issued statements expressing grave concern and ordered a nationwide probe to determine who was responsible and why. In the immediate aftermath, there was an outpouring of official tribute to the fallen general, a figure described in state media as a seasoned military leader and loyal servant to the motherland. Russian political leaders emphasized unity and resolve, warning that unrest or subversive actions would be met with decisive measures. At this stage, authorities have not publicly identified a suspect or motive, and they have cautioned against speculation as investigators comb through surveillance footage, eyewitness accounts, ballistic evidence, and communications intercepts. Journalists on the ground reported a significant security presence around the scene, including forensics units, riot police, and counter-terrorism teams. Traffic was disrupted, and public transit in the vicinity was temporarily halted. Government buildings were placed on heightened alert as the investigation proceeded. With information still emerging, officials insist that all possible angles, including foreign involvement, criminal networks, or internal disputes, are being explored in cooperation with security services. Analysts note that the speed and intensity of the official response reflect both the symbolic weight of the killing and possible concern about domestic impression and public reaction. The killing of a high-ranking general in Moscow has implications that extend far beyond a single criminal investigation. First, the incident shakes the image of internal stability that the Russian state seeks to project. In recent years, the government has emphasized control and order, particularly in the capital and major urban centers. An assassination or targeted killing in Moscow challenges that narrative, raising questions about security at the highest levels and potential fractures within elite circles. Second, the event may reflect deeper tensions tied to the ongoing war in Ukraine. Senior military figures in Russia have been at the center of both operational command and political influence. If the general's death is linked to internal power struggles, dissent over strategy, or factional disputes, it could indicate unresolved rifts within the military establishment. Even if the motive proves unrelated to military strategy, the context of war, with its high stakes, intense pressure, and prolonged conflict, cannot be ignored as a potential backdrop for stress, disagreement, and rivalries that could escalate into violence. Third, the international dimension matters. Foreign governments and analysts are watching closely. Allies and adversaries alike interpret such dramatic events through strategic lenses. For Ukraine and its supporters, the killing prompts questions about morale, cohesion, and political stability within Russia's leadership, all factors that shape how the war continues. For foreign governments that maintain diplomatic or economic relations with Moscow, the incident invites careful calibration, avoiding premature judgments while emphasizing the importance of due process and transparency. Finally, the broader public reaction is significant. In Russia, public information is heavily mediated by state outlets that emphasize unity and condemn destabilization. But independent and alternative media, both inside Russia and in diaspora, are providing context, reaction, and questions that challenge official narratives. In the age of social media and global communication, public perception is not governed by state channels alone, Discontent, speculation, and debate spread quickly, even under pressure from authorities. As investigators work to uncover motives and identify perpetrators, the world watches not only for answers about this specific event, but also for signals about how power, accountability, and dissent are managed in a major world capital deeply affected by war and geopolitics. Thank you for watching this report on world news by Denis Halandzovskyi. If you found this coverage clear and informative, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts below. Independent reporting helps us make sense of moments that shape global history. Stay informed and see you in the next update.